How do I make SMMA feel like a video game? First things first is I don't want you to misjudge it. This isn't literally a video game. But what you need to understand is there are a plethora of skills within any online business. SMMA included, you've got sales, you've got marketing, you've got appointment setting, you've got media buying, you've got lead nurturing, you've got go high level software. There's so much stuff that you need to learn and know. Now, with that in mind, each of these categories have little subcategories. So I want you to think about each element of your business. So we're going to go SMMA because that's what I do. So you've got the foundations part. So your foundations is everything that you need or everything that you have to start your business. So you need a website, you need socials, you need to make sure that you've got scripts, you need to make sure that you've got a software to run and have a CRM so you know where your leads are coming from. Then you've got the second section. This is where you are outreaching now. So this is where you need to learn how to cold call or learn how to write cold emails or learn how to Instagram message people. So each of these sections here, and then you've also got, so you've got foundations, you've got outreach, then you've got your sales part. This is where you're trying to convert them. And then you've got your service delivery. These are the four categories that I would say are the most important for SMMA. Now, if you have a good service delivery, arguably add on one more, which is retention. But if you've got good service delivery, you will be able to retain clients. It's as simple as that. So with that in mind, with all four of these categories, you are starting at level 0, essentially. No one owes you anything. You don't owe anyone anything. So therefore, you need to take your ego out of the game, like I've said before, and you need to make sure that you do this stuff to the best of your ability to start with. It's not going to be good. Let's be honest. It's nowhere near going to be as good as other people's. However, it's a start. And you need to continuously add value to this every single time. So you need to refine your scripts for cold calling, for example, by tracking metrics, by tracking data, and then understanding what works, what doesn't. In your sales process, you need to understand what works. Have you got a good show up rate, for example? How can you increase show up rate? Could you add a Loom video in between your sales call and the time that you set the appointment? So either a day before, could you send over a personalized Loom to them to make sure that they are turning up to the call? So there's elements like this that each section is like leveling up in a video game. You're starting from 0 and you're trying to get to level 10, level 100, whichever level you want to get to. And each level and each step is going to get you closer and closer to the end goal, whether that's your tangible thing, which might be, for example, money, or your intangible thing, so it might just be status, for example. Whatever it is, you need to make sure you have a clear goal in mind, and you need to keep stepping towards that goal. And you need to ask yourself every single day, is this going to get me closer, or is this going to get me further away from my goal? Now, in all honesty, right now, I'm not happy with this video, and I could click the record button, could stop, and I could do it again, but I want it to be as authentic as possible, and I want it to be as personable as possible. And for that sake, that I'm not going to re-record it, because the thing that I've realized is that if you carry on trying to be a perfectionist at everything, you're never going to get better. Now, don't get me wrong, things are important to be done right. It's important to do things right. However, what you need to understand is there's an element where it's procrastination. Now, what do I mean by that is if you are trying to perfect your website, for example, for 3-4 weeks, that's time wasted that you could be doing on outreach. Now, you're going to have a lot of resistance to do outreach, especially cold calling, because in all honesty, it sucks. It's one of the hardest things with my business that I struggle to do, in all honesty. And I know I need to get better at that. So cold calling right now is probably about level 2. And I know I need to get better at that, because to do something and get better at it, you need to do it continuously. And I haven't done that continuously for the last year or so. I've done it on and off. And I think that's down to the fact that I have a lot of resistance with it. And so becoming aware of that and then understanding, okay, that's what I need to do. And that's what I need to do to level up to the next part, to be able to sign the next client or to be able to earn more money from my business. That's what you need to do next. I hope this video makes sense. And if you've got any questions about anything to do with the video, drop a comment, all right? In the meantime, I'll catch you in a bit. And as always, take action.